Hey guys, and welcome to the new weekly market breakdown. This is already breakdown for week 38, and let's get right off into the fundamentals of this week. So starting off with Monday. Monday doesn't really have that many fundamentals. Mostly it is fundamentals for the GBP, and as you can see, both of them are going to be announcements and talks. So they're not numbers that you can predict. So expect a highly volatile day for GBP pairs on the Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, as you can see, we have a lot of news for this day. Not much high impact news. The only high impact news coming from the UK and Chinese retail sales. I will personally be paying attention to these Chinese retail sales, and as they happen always, late at night or early in the morning. I simply make sure to have my position secured and double check the pendings that I have that are near, and make sure that, and if anything, I'll remove them if, for example, this consensus number does not go well with the buy or sell that I have. So for example, in this case, the consensus for China is to have weaker retail sales. This will mean a negative view on the Chinese economy, which means that they will be importing less, or expected to import less. So that will mean a weaker NZD and AUD. So definitely, if I will be having any Euro NZD sells, I'll definitely be either removing them or reducing risk on them. Then moving on to Wednesday, we have a lot of high impact news for the US this day. A lot of them are as you can see, they're announcements, so you can't predict those. There's also the Fed interest rate decision. That's always a big mover, but predicted to not change yet again. So I won't be expecting much US dollar, you could say, random movement from that day. Then we also have some high impact news for Canada. So all in all, Wednesday is definitely a high impact day for North America. So if you're trading US dollar or Canadian dollar, or even matter of fact safe haven pairs, so also JPY, a weaker US dollar could result in a pump in those pairs for you. So keep that in mind. Moving on to Thursday, this is more of a fundamental day for me, as here we have New Zealand high impact data, Australian dollar high impact data, and some data from Europe. As always, this data comes out very early, so as I said, I'll be locking in my positions and making sure I don't have any counter positions based on the consensus news. Then further, there is also we have the Bank of England votes and more high impact news for GBP. I personally don't trade much of it, so I won't be using this myself. Also some US data, also trying to stay away from the US economy, as it's just simply it's getting a bit too much. The elections are coming up in November, so now especially Trump with his Twitter, he's going to be he still has quite a bit of his remainder presidential budget left, so he's definitely going to be announcing what he's going to be spending that on. Will he be spending it, and what his plans are? So the U.S. economy is going to be quite a high impact news country, and it's going to be a really volatile currency to trade. So I am personally just not going to be touching much of it these coming months. Then moving straight on to my weekly analysis. This week I'll just be breaking down Euro NZD and Euro AUD. I'll simply be trying to just trade these two pairs and really, I could say, master them to the extent that I never have before. I've always used to focus on, at least I'd say minimum 3 pairs, 3, mostly 5. But now I've decided to cut it down to 2, as GBP has a lot of news, US dollar has a lot of news, and NZD USD also is related to the dollar. So I'll be pausing and halting that pair for the next couple of months. So quickly breaking down what happened last week. This was last week's weekly candle. As you can see, there was upside momentum. No weekly key level. Nothing interesting was touched. What I am hoping for and anticipating is this weekly key level. As you can see, let me quickly remove these positions. As you can see, this weekly key level last week, no, actually 2 weeks ago, my bad, was broken very solidly, and now I will definitely be taking a retest off of it at the 1.790 area. As this is a weekly key level, my stop loss for it will be much larger. It's going to be around 50 to 80 pips, most likely around 80 pips, and I'll be aiming for at least a 1 to 2 risk reward, so 80 pip SL to a 160 pip TP. Then nothing else on the weekly. Moving on to the daily. On the daily here, as you can see, there's still this weekly third touch incoming. This lower sell is the sell for this this weekly key level retest. At the moment, what I'm really hoping for is for price to, I'd say, range a little bit for, I'd say, still Monday and Tuesday, and on the high impact news day on Wednesday. I hope to see some momentum to the upside so that my positions can get triggered in. Here, as you can see, this on the daily, there's an opportunity of a daily third touch and a key level. As you can see, this key level last week, I'm not sure, I think it's 2 weeks ago. Can't really count how many daily candles that is, but that one really got broken really solidly. So that is definitely an area that I would like to be trading. As I said again, this the lower sell is based on the weekly one, so I'll be having a wider SL for that. Hoping to get triggered into both that one and the upper sell on the daily. Yep, that's about it from the daily. As you can see here, there's still another possible third touch, but price decided to go up to the upside with NZD weakness, so I'll be leaving these buys as is for now. And moving on to the 4 hour, last week here we made this new higher high. There was a third touch possible off of it. Personally took it, but didn't want to send it in as it was quite a high risk position. As it happened, as literally the last candle of the day. Here, at the moment, what I see is that we are in a channel to the upside. Hopefully, that channel will continue until until my daily third touch sell. As you can see, there is also here a key level on the 4 hour, the exact same key level that matches up on the weekly and the daily. A possible position that could be is this ascending trend line, or actually the upper boundary of this tunnel. So there could be here. This just simply further reinforces the cells that we already have. I will not be stacking extra cells just because I have another cell pending on the 4 hour in the same area. Yeah, as you can see here, there was also an unfortunate third touch missed by around 3 pips, so that was not taken. Another possible entry that I could be sending in, depending on what happens, especially during market open, is I'd love to see during market open move to the upside with some negative Chinese news that will be coming out. I would want to see a solid break of this trend line that has already had 3 touches. I'll definitely be playing a retest of it towards my sell positions above. Then talking about the buys here, this is still the same trend line. It still has not third touched. I will obviously I'll be amending this buy up higher, but I'll focus on it once price starts to move its way down. Then moving on to Euro AUD. As you can see, this weekly candle, what had happened last week was price made its way first to the downside, touching the lower key level, and then back up to the upside. Again, not much movement, not much interesting chart data that you can see here. As you can see, it closed above the 100 EMA, no key levels, nothing has been broken. So the position that I've analyzed here still stand. Moving on to the daily here, as you can see, price is still within that range. Unfortunately, this buy area was missed, as price simply didn't make it low enough. I'll definitely be keeping this as it's still valid, and I'll be hoping for price to make its way down and then to the upside. On the daily, on the weekly, this is the pair currently is simply no man's land. I don't want to be taking any trades off of simply nothing. So I've got no trend like analysis from the daily. However, moving on to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour here, as you can see, there was actually quite a bit of action. This third touch here that I highlighted, I unfortunately missed, as I simply did not make it in because of spread, and that did a nice TP3, 110 pips to the upside. So a couple possible trades that I see right now could be a break and retest of this trend line that has had 3 touches. There's another trend line here. I was hoping that it would hit on last week Friday, just like my Euro NZD hit, but unfortunately didn't make it to the trend line, but it rejected the key level. So this trend line, I will not be taking a third touch off of it, as prices come really close to it but not actually touched it. So to me, that signifies that there could be a break incoming. So I'll definitely be trading a possible break and retest of it, only in combination with another confluence, being a fib, an EMA, or I'm looking at right here, could be possible as a break and retest in around about this area, and a retest, a break of this key level, and then there could be a retest of this key level, which I'll definitely want to be taking. Also a trade from last week, I remember was in this area. I said that I was only going to be taking a sell off this key level if the 200 EMA was met. That, as you can see, did happen, and that did a nice, very nice, almost 150 pips to the downside. So hopefully you caught it. Another possible pending would be this third touch sell. Let me quickly drag and drop a position there. I'm anticipating this to happen around about the 16th. So I think that is Wednesday of this week. I'll be taking it with a key level. I'll be taking it as a 2 confluence trade with this key level. So hopefully this is a 2 confluence trade. If not, I will definitely still be taking this trend line as is, however with some risk reduced. Talking about the upside, there is there's simply nothing here. I just have the buy from the daily range and the weekly range right here. That is also the lowest point on the 4 hour chart. So this is my weekly market break. Cheers, guys. I'll be sending in updates into the Discord and into Prometheus.